Okay, good morning. Happy Friday, guys. This is your girl, Big AJ, coming at you with another video this morning. As you guys know, it's 6:30. I'm running late from work today, but I'm on my way. Like they say, I'm coming, and they know I'm coming. So I just wanted to give you a story time real quick about online dating and the things that I have experienced. But this quick story I want to tell you guys. So you know how you go on your dating app and somebody might be interested in you, and then they call you, talk to them. So let me tell y'all what happened to me on this last one. So I meet this guy. He told me that he was interested in me on the app. He said, "Hi, Adrian. I'm very interested in you. Can we talk?" So that was the first message. So the second reply to him from me was, "Hi." Hi, hi. That's what you say. Somebody say hello, you say hi. So he goes back into the inbox, and then he texts me and he says, "Hi, is that all you got for me?" He said, "Oh no, mama. Oh no, mama. You got to do better than that. I told you I was interested. So, SOOOO. So what's up?" So I could have said that was a red flag right there, because he was so adamant about me saying more when I replied to you. Dude, I said hi. So anyway, he was like, "Can I call you?" So I said yes. So he calls me on the phone. So the first thing I said to him is, "Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself." That's what people do. You want to get to know the person, right? First thing he said to me was, "I've been in jail for 26 years. And so it kind of took me aback. I was like, 26 years? And he was like, "Yeah." So me, of course, to reply, I say, "What, was you in jail for 26 years? I said, "Did you kill somebody?" And he said, "Body." So I said, "Body?" I said, "What's body?" Because you know me, I'm a little bit older, and sometimes I don't know all of the terms or whatever that the people be talking about. And he said, "Yeah, that's what that means." He said, "I killed somebody." So I said, "You killed somebody?" So again, me being naive, I want to know. So I said, "Oh my goodness." And so he said, "Oh, so you judging me now?" And I said, "Well, I'm not judging you." He said, "Yes, you are. You judging." He said, "Because when I said I was in jail, you was like, oh my, oh my, oh my, right?" And I said, "Well, what did you expect for me to say?" I said, "If you tell somebody that you've been in jail for 26 years because you killed somebody, they're going to have a reaction that you're not looking for." The way he said it was like I was wrong to have the reaction that I had. So again, I say, "Well, was it an accident?" He was like, "No, it wasn't no accident." He said, "I was 19. He said, "I was 19 years old when that happened. I'm 26 years old now. I was 19 years old when that happened. That was 26 years ago." He said, "I'm 52 years old now. So that's over." And then he gonna tell me, "And plus, that's not your problem. That's my problem." That's not my problem. I said, "You're absolutely right. That's not my problem." I said, that is your problem." And then he said, "I don't understand why people get all upset when you tell them that you've been in jail." He said, "You ain't never had no family members in jail before?" And I'm like, that's neither here nor there. Whether I did or not, I'm talking to you. And so he was like, people, you get on the job and they be like, "Well, I didn't know he was in jail." He said, "You're not supposed to know that I was in jail for anything." He said, "That would be just like, he said, that'd be just like if I was in the Navy and I killed 3 people or whatever." He said, "Death is death. Murder is murder." He said, "So what's the difference between that and that?" And I'm looking at him like, is this dude really serious? Because first of all, let's get one thing straight. When he first told me that he was in jail for 26 years, I was out. I was out the door. But me, being the person that I am, I want to listen, because we shouldn't judge people, but we do. We all judge people. So I wanted to continue to listen just for a minute to see what else he was saying. But the longer I listened, I knew it was something wrong with him. I knew it was something wrong with him. So he goes on talking and talking and talking and just making small talk. And I was saying to myself, yeah, this is a wrap. This is a wrap, because he really didn't have any remorse. I know, like, sometimes people, you can do something, you could do a crime, you can do something and go to jail for it. Some people may heal from it. I don't know. I've never been in jail for that long amount of time, or anything like that. So I don't know. But all I knew is that by him telling me that was not my problem, let's just say hypothetically, if I decided to say, okay, well, I'm gonna give this person a chance and not judge him or whatever, do you know, all in that relationship, I could see myself wondering if I get smart with my mouth, because I do get smart with my mouth. The first thing I could think of him is saying, girl, I'll kill you. Or if I didn't want to eat the peas or the beans or something, and he, that's no. So that would never happen. You know what I mean? That would never happen. So it's just, I said all this to say that, these online datings, and it don't necessarily have to be online dating, but it's a lot of people online that's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, y'all. I've had a couple of them, like I said, calls and talking to people, and I realized, I'm like, this online dating, it's not for me. It's really not for me. I'd rather meet somebody, if I meet somebody, I'd rather meet them the natural way, like going to the gas station, being outside, or you meet them at a restaurant or somewhere. It just happened. But that still doesn't mean that they not crazy either. A lot of people out here is crazy, But yeah, he said 26 years for murder. And the way he was talking, it was like it was no big deal. If it was me, what I'm saying? Sometimes you lie. People lie for a lot of reasons, and sometimes they don't have to, because I always wonder, why do people lie? But now I understand. Sometimes you might have to tell a little lie to somebody to save them and save yourself. You know what I mean? Because if that was me, I would have said, I was in jail for 26 years for murder. And I said the reason why I was in jail was because somebody tried to rob me, or somebody did something to somebody in my family or one of my kids, and then I had to defend myself. I would have said that. But for him to say it wasn't an accident, that made me feel a certain type of way, like, who are you? Who are you to decide, my cord coming out the phone, but who are you to decide who gets to live and who gets to die? You're not God. You can't make decisions like that, especially if it wasn't an accident. That also just led me to believe that whatever could have happened in that situation, you could have got into an altercation with somebody said something to you that you didn't like, or either you said something somebody didn't like, or whatever, and maybe y'all was about to, fight, pow, whatever, but you decide, I'm going to kill this person. It takes a lot to kill a person, and for you to decide that, and he was acting like it was normal. So I just say all that to say, people out here, they are really, really crazy, and that sometimes make me think my whole purpose of even trying to date somebody. I like I said, I've been married 2 times. You know what I'm saying? 2 times. Maybe that's out for me now. Maybe the cards is just not in my favor. Maybe I need to continue focusing on me, trying to get my bag up, trying to get, like I said, I'm 60 years old. And I know a lot of people tell me I don't look 60. I look maybe, what you guys? Let me tell you, you guys that's in here. Oh, if you guys are watching this video, thank you so very much. If you are liking this video, please hit the subscribe button, because I notice a lot of you guys, y'all looking at the videos, but you're not subscribing. You have to subscribe to the channel, please, so that you can continue to hear content from me, and I will give it to you raw. Give it to you raw, okay? And those of you who do subscribe or have subscribed, again, I'm going to continue to say thank you and thank you and thank you. But yeah, I don't know. I think I might just, like I said, need to focus on me, and get my stuff together. I've been married 2 times. My first marriage ended in death after 20-something years, and my second marriage ended very, very soon, like probably within the first year, very abruptly. And it was hard. It was hard. It was a hard decision to make, but it was the best decision to make for me. And so, I tried to work it out. He tried to work it out. It just didn't work, for us. But that doesn't mean that life is over for neither one of us. And, we can find somebody that maybe meet our standards. It's like, for me, I decided, I'm not the best cook. Well, let me quit putting myself down. I'm not going to say I'm not the best cook. I know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? I know how to cook certain things, but I don't like to cook. That's just a thing. I mean, I just don't really like to cook all like that. After my kids have gotten grown, I was so used to not having to do it, I just lost the desire to do it. But I know moving forward, my dating experience is going to be like making a cake or making chicken wings or something. Like, you got to find all of the ingredients to make this beautiful meal, So my dating experience is going to be like making a cake, because I'm going to have the ingredients that I'm looking for to make my man. Okay, let me think. I want a cup of love, followed by 2 cups of integrity, because I'm looking for a man that's honest, and some man that I don't have to worry about every time they walk out the door. Are they cheating on me? Are they lying to me? So yes, I'm looking for integrity. I'm looking for a cup of passion and empathy. I need a man that's going to be able to sit down and talk to me and listen to me. When I'm telling him about my day, I want him to act like he's concerned. Show me that, and not just push my thoughts. I'm looking for 3 cups of affection. I love affection. I love someone to hold me. I love someone to kiss over me, and I love someone to just sit and watch TV with me. Things that I don't get, or things that you don't get about what I like. I want you to be able to lay down and watch Girlfriends or Sisters or something, anything that I like. Okay? What else I need for this man? I need stability. 3 cups of stability, okay? I need a man that's stable, has been on their job, have a mission, have a goal in life, have a destination, have a plan. Because a lot of people don't have that. And without that, you really can't succeed in any relationship. So I need the stability. I also need from this man an ounce of spirituality. An ounce of spirituality. It doesn't sound like a lot, as a cup or this, because everybody is not spiritual or religious, but I need a person to believe in God, a person who believes that without him, there's nothing that we can do. I need them to believe that. Excuse me, I got a cough. To believe that without God, nothing is possible. Our relationship can't thrive without that. That's the person that we need in our relationship. Not a other person, not another person. We need God. So I need a person to have that in their life too. I need a person who is upfront, real, that really love me. I want a person that don't hurt me, don't belittle me. And I'm not asking for a lot. So that's the things that I'm going to need to build my man. Those are the ingredients. So moving forward, I'm going to focus on those things. And if I find someone and I meet someone who doesn't have all of the ingredients that I asked for, I'm not going to accept it. Because that's just like baking that cake. We all know to make a cake, you have to have eggs. So if you're making your cake, excuse me, if you're making a cake and you don't have the eggs, it's not going to work. Okay, hold on guys, because I'm choking. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So without that, other than that, it's not going to work. So anyway, having said that, I'm going to talk to you guys later because I'm choking and I got to go. Love you. Have a great Friday. Peace out.